Bangor. From the Great North Woods to the Rockbound Coast and streaming live in HD worldwide at foxbangor.com. More people choose Good Morning Maine.
Today on Good Morning Maine, road crews will be back out today repairing destruction from the powerful storm that rolled across the state.
Plus, authorities in California believe they've captured a serial killer.
And students at UMaine joined forces to take a stand against domestic violence.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Good Morning Maine. I'm Craig Colson. Thank you so much for joining us.
And I'm Emma Smith. Thank you for tuning in this morning. Let's get it. First check of that forecast. I know it's a little cloudy out there. I'd say a perfect Monday morning.
You like the cloudy Mondays, though, because then you don't feel like you're missing anything going back to work, right?
I know. I like it. It just fits the mood.
I get it. It's going to be cloudy today. It looks like a little more rain moving in later on, too. Here's Devin with a first look at our forecast.
And thank you very much, Craig and Emma. Happy Monday. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Scott's Recreation, New England's largest trailer dealer, home of Maine's lowest camper and tractor prices, with locations in Turner, Manchester, Herman, and Orono, Maine. Alrighty, as we get things rolling out there this morning, we do have dense fog alerts in effect, dense fog advisories to be more specific, because of low visibility across the viewing area. Some areas near 2 miles or less for visibility this morning, so it will be hard to see out there for a little while. And because of this, we do have those dense fog advisories that are in effect until 9 a.m. this morning. That's when visibility will begin to improve. And although we thought we were done with this, we do have to put up with some aerial flood watches again. And these are in effect, though, until 8 a.m. on Wednesday for the counties highlighted here in green, because of more heavy rain on the way with another system that will be moving in later on. For now, we don't have to worry about that. We had a few rain showers moving through last night or early this morning. We're going to have a few passing clouds, but increasing clouds again on the way with another system moving in from the west, a little bit from the southwest, too. This is all going to be moving in, especially later this week, with chances for a few rain showers and some heavy downpours on the way again. We've had plenty of rain over the last few days with some washed out roads, so this, not good news, though, for those that put up with that problem. Otherwise, the fog will go away later this morning, increasing clouds with chances for a few rain showers and some heavier rain showers on the way, especially as we head towards tomorrow morning. Your hourly forecast for the rest of the morning and afternoon period, increasing clouds, temperatures reaching into the 60s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Craig and Emma.
All right, thank you, Devin. Well, in today's news, testimony is expected to resume this week in the trial of Jessica Williams. Williams, who also goes by the name Jessica Trefethen, is accused of murder for the death of her 3-year-old son. The Belfast trial was delayed for a week after one of the attorneys tested positive for COVID. Authorities say the little boy was living with his mother in Stockton Springs when he died from numerous injuries. The trial is expected to pick up today where it left off in Belfast.
The Augusta Police Department continues to investigate an alleged armed bank robbery. It took place Saturday morning at Camden National Bank on Armory Street. Officials say a masked man walked into the bank around 11:30 and pulled out a handgun. He then fled on foot. Sergeant Anthony Drownin confirms the suspect is still at large, but says there is no threat to the public.
A marijuana growing business was found in flames early Saturday morning. According to the Vassalboro Fire Department Deputy Chief Robert Williams, firefighters were called to Cushnock Road around 12:20 in the morning following reports of heavy fire. Winslow, Augusta, and Chelsea fire departments all provided additional support on the scene. Williams said the fire expanded from the attic of one of the 200-foot buildings on the site. One neighboring community member said firefighters did not leave until around 9 the next morning. The fire marshal's office is expected to investigate, trying to find a cause of that devastating fire.
A major washout over the weekend in Glenburn has left a portion of a main road inaccessible. It was quite a mess as a portion of the Pushaw Road collapsed because of heavy rains that poured across the region. It has also made getting around that area a little tricky. According to the Glenburn Fire Department, addresses up to 1171 Pushaw Road, which is just north of the Orono Road, can be accessed from Bangor. Anything higher than that is only accessible way of a detour from the Hudson Road. Heavy rain fell Friday night into Saturday morning, causing that washout.
Road crews will be busy this week. Another washout up in Lincoln. The Enfield Road around their area of Thompson's Trucking is also in the process of being repaired and reopened. The road caved in due to a washout there, which will require motorists to seek an alternative route until crews finish its repairs.
Road crews also will be paving a couple streets in Bangor today. They'll be resurfacing a portion of Howard Street from Mount Hope down to Juniper Street. They'll also be paving Grove Street from Stillwater Ave down to Milford Street. Officials say there will be no parking allowed while the crews are conducting their work. Flaggers will be in place, but drivers may want to avoid that area to avoid delays.
Governor Janet Mills hit the road to show support for local businesses. Devin Dagnall tagged along.
Governor Janet Mills was in Belfast and Bucksport visiting businesses that have prospered by different programs during her administration. In Belfast, the governor visited Front Street Shipyard, a premier international boat building and servicing facility. The governor toured the facility and was shown a demonstration of Shipyard's 3D water jet cutting machine, which, according to the governor, was purchased with the help of a grant from the Maine DOT.
Well, we bought the machine initially as part of what we hope to do is build carbon fiber ferries. But in the meantime, we have this machine that is a 5-axis machine. It operates at 90,000 psi for cutting most any material except for tempered glass and diamond.
In Bucksport, the governor made stops at the Greenhead Lobster Packaging Plant and the Pemaquid Mussel Farm, both of which benefited from the governor's seafood dealer and processing program. These funds from the program were invested in new technology to help streamline their packaging and shipping.
One of the things that we did was we added an inspection belt to our bagging line here, which will make it more efficient. And then also we purchased some machinery where we can separate the meats from the shells. So we're really excited about that because it'll double the employment hours and it will also double the value that we get out of our mussels that we farm.
According to John Steves, the plant manager of Greenhead Lobster Packaging, the plant plans on using the funds to make upgrades and become one of the leaders of lobster packaging.
We're building a state-of-the-art system here, so we're the template for the new lobster industry.
In Belfast and Bucksport, I'm Devin Dagnall, reporting for ABC7 and Fox 22.
A nonprofit organization in Old Town, known for handing out free furniture to those transitioning into independent housing, opened its doors for an open house, celebrating 11 years of serving the community. Welcome to Housing. Home Goods Bank offers free furniture, household goods, and medical equipment to a diverse group of community members. The organization began its practice by helping people move out of Bangor area homeless shelter, transitioning into permanent housing. Thanks to community support, the organization now partners with over 60 agencies.
Basically, the reason it's so important is because when people are starting over, say if you're going to a job interview, and you're trying to get started over again, and if you don't have a decent bed to sleep on, you're going to be a little sore in the morning. A lot of the stuff that we give away are things that people take for granted.
And the organization is currently seeking volunteers. Learn more by visiting welcometohousing.com.
Such a neat program. Chris
That is
Olson has
so
been doing it
important.
for years. And you think about the people who are living in shelters, they've been homeless or whatever, they don't have anything. So
I know.
what do you do when you move into an apartment? This way they have, I think at the time they had like a garage. Now they have a bigger facility where they have all these things. So
Yep, 11 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have time to get established. We're glad to hear.
If you're moving, downsizing, or anything that, consider donating some of your items. Like spatulas, little things like that.
Pots and
They need it all.
pans is things we
Donate
don't think about.
Yeah.
Yep.
Give Chris Olson a call at Welcome to Housing. They will certainly welcome it.
Yep.
Time now is 8:08. Coming up next on Good Morning Maine, the annual March Against Domestic Violence was held at UMaine. We'll hear their important message.
But first, let's take another look at that forecast. High of 63 degrees today, mostly cloudy in the sky, dropping down to 51 tonight. Rain is likely starting up tonight, and that trend is continuing on into tomorrow, where the highs will be around 60 degrees, wind and heavy rain likely.
Your representative has your back.
Who's he kidding? Jared Golden votes with Nancy Pelosi and Joe Biden 83% of the time. The result? A war on the middle class, the worst inflation in 40 years, sky-high energy prices, drugs pouring over the border. And Jared Golden just voted for 87,000 new IRS agents to hassle the middle class. Jared Golden doesn't have your back. He has theirs. The NRCC is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Before and Bath Fitter. Before and Bath Fitter. If you have a before bath, now's the time to call Bath Fitter to get a beautiful after. With our unique tub-over-tub process, there's no mess or stress. Spend smart on a beautiful new bath done right, backed by a lifetime warranty. Join over 2 million happy customers who know it just fits. Bathfitter. Visit bathfitter.com to book your free consultation.
Joe Biden is crushing Maine. And who does Jared Golden support?
Golden's backing Biden.
Jared Golden said Joe Biden has
leadership that the country needs right now.
Higher taxes, record inflation, and still
Golden's backing Biden.
In D.C., Joe Biden relies on Jared Golden's votes.
President Joe Biden, I'm asking you to vote for Jared Golden.
Jared Golden says he's independent, but anytime it matters, Golden's backing Biden.
I'm Bruce Poliquin, and I approve this message.
It takes all types to play Family Feud. The sensible brother.
What would you do if you found the top half of a bikini?
Smell it. The Showstoppers. The Cooks.
Give me a seasoning a chef might name his daughter.
Nutmeg.
Don't do that to your baby.
See who shows up all season on Family Feud.
Weeknights at 7 on Fox 22.
Welcome back, everyone. UMaine hosted its 9th annual March Against Domestic Violence. We spoke to organizers and students who decided to march for a critical cause, rain or shine.
It's a huge problem, but it's hidden. It happens behind closed doors, so nobody knows.
Dozens of students from the University of Maine in Orono decided to continue the annual March Against Domestic Violence despite Friday's rain. Student and faculty organizers from the Maine Business School spoke about why student engagement surrounding this issue prepares victims to seek help.
In all of our communities, it's important, but especially in our campus community, most people will experience some form of domestic violence.
If people learn about this and then they can kind of spot the signs like, oh, my friend, there's something wrong.
Dr. Nori Jones is a professor for the School of Business at the University of Maine. She mentioned the several partnerships that help to bring the community event to campus.
We work collaboratively with the Army ROTC on campus, the athletic department, we're the MBS Corps, we work with Student Life, with Title IX, with Partners for Peace, and many more groups, just to increase awareness.
Organizers say events like this give students the opportunity to form bonds and show solidarity to stamp out domestic violence on college campuses nationwide.
For me, it's been a great way to connect with other people and to help with our mission, which is growing and strengthening our local community and our UMaine campus communities.
Anyone experiencing abuse or violence can reach out to Partners for Peace by dialing 1-800-863-9909. In Orono, AJ Douglas, ABC 7, Fox 22.
Beale University is offering a degree in an unlikely industry. Matthew Durantzik has the details.
Starting next spring, Beale University in Bangor will be offering an associate's and bachelor's degree in cannabis studies. Program coordinator Sarah Taylor said it's important that people better understand the industry.
There was kind of a need for education for people to be able to work in the cannabis industry.
Taylor says the program will offer 2 associate's degrees in business administration and cannabis sciences and a bachelor's degree in medicinal plant sciences. And with the growth the industry has seen, Beale University Director of Career Services Robin Tardif says the university is capitalizing on the current trends.
According to Leafly, we actually are seeing roughly 280 new jobs appear each day. So it really is it's a growing industry.
Taylor says the programs will focus on all aspects of the cannabis industry.
The business administration program is going to have technical information regarding cultivation operations and dispensary operations, as well as tax and legal regulations around cannabis.
This program will be taught in an asynchronous format where students can work at their own pace as long as they hit the course's necessary deadlines. Even though similar courses are taught around the United States, Beale University Senior Admissions Representative Amber Gray says nothing compares to Beale's program.
There really aren't any like us. I mean, a lot of courses are given in different states that are similar, but they don't offer the college degree. They have diplomas or certificate programs, but they don't have the actual true college degree after you graduate.
Despite there being many stereotypes and stigmas surrounding the cannabis industry, Teradif believes that investing in education will change negative perceptions.
You know, a lot of these classes are very science heavily based. You're taking micros and you're taking a lot of science-based courses that aren't easy. We're moving away from the average person who just enjoys to smoke cannabis to turning that into a profession.
General Manager of Brothers Cannabis on Broadway, Matthew Jellison, says he supports cannabis education.
We feel that anything that's going to kind of propel the cannabis industry and remove the stigma, we feel a program like this is only going to enhance that and make it even more uniform throughout the state.
Matthew Jurancic, ABC7 and Fox 22.
All right, the time now, 8:16. Coming up after the break, we'll hear from the latest study done about missed developmental milestones in children.
Plus, along a similar line, important tips for recognizing early signs of dementia. 2 studies, all of this and more when we return.
The time is now, New England. Medicare annual enrollment is October 15th through December 7th. Hey, I know the glory of a final second win, but don't leave your health care decision up to a Hail Mary. And now it's more important than ever to have a team you can count on. United Healthcare offered some of the first Medicare Advantage plans in New England and is the only company with plans in all 6 states. Now, with more than 250,000 members, they're the leader. But it's not all about being the biggest. Trust me, I know. Sure, all their plans give you access to top doctors and hospitals throughout New England, as well as the nation's largest network of Medicare providers with no referrals. They're also affordable with $0 premium plans in every state, free primary care visits, eye and hearing exams, and no copays for labs, virtual visits, mammograms, and colonoscopies. There's coverage for glasses and hearing aids, and many plans have comprehensive dental benefits. Beyond the benefits, United Healthcare cares. Whether it's diabetes, heart disease, a disability, a knee replacement, United Healthcare has personal navigators, a single point of contact to help you get healthy so you can live your best life. United Healthcare is also the only plan to offer Renew Active with free gym memberships, thousands of online workouts, brain exercises, recipes, healthy lifestyle tips, and rewards for staying active. There are credits for over-the-counter items like vitamins and aspirins and zero copays on hundreds of prescription drugs. You may even get rewards for routine care like annual checkups and certain preventative screenings, all backed by one of the most trusted companies in the country and the Medicare Advantage leader in New England, United Healthcare. Choose and stick with the plan that is in it for the long game. Find out which United Healthcare Medicare Advantage plan is right for you. Call 1-800-236-3146 or visit uhcnewengland.com.
We're learning about the dramatic arrest of a suspected serial killer in California, accused now of killing 6 people. Police say he was hunting for another victim when he was captured. ABC's Rhiannon Alley has the latest.
This morning, the suspect in 6 killings in Stockton, California is under arrest. 43-year-old Wesley Brownlee, taken into custody 2 a.m. Saturday as police allege he was prowling the streets in search of another victim.
Our surveillance team followed this person while he was driving. We watched his patterns and determined early this morning he was on a mission to kill. We are sure we stopped another killing.
Investigators believe Brownlee is connected to 5 shooting deaths in Stockton and 1 in Oakland. All of the victims, men from 21 to 54 years old. One woman, Natasha, was also shot. She survived her injuries. Ballistics helped police link all of the shootings. She described her terrifying encounter with the gunman.
There was no words exchanged. She didn't say anything, didn't come any closer, just started shooting. I just saw flashes.
Investigators had asked for the public's help in identifying this man seen in surveillance video near 2 of the crime scenes.
When the people of our city of Stockton, California come together and we unite, we can get things done.
Renee Myers started a citizens group on Facebook to help police track down the alleged killer.
Our administrative team on this group has worked so hard with the community to try to uncover like every stone and try to identify who this person was who's been terrorizing our community.
Residents in the area are now breathing a sigh of relief.
His capture just shows the diligence of our police force and the commitment that they have to the community.
And the global response to the coronavirus pandemic, polio, and mental health, and more, all coming under fire at the World Health Summit, with United Nations officials warning of dire consequences if countries don't increase cooperation to combat these health crises. Fox News' Richard Jordan reports.
Countries are failing to cooperate and tackle global health issues. That's according to the United Nations and World Health Organization officials, kicking off this year's World Health Summit Sunday in Germany.
At exactly the moment when the world needed to come together to face this common threat as one, the COVID-19 pandemic has been characterized by a lack of cooperation and coordination.
Besides COVID-19, officials also citing how a lack of international teamwork is causing more lives to be lost from preventable diseases like polio, especially in developing nations like Afghanistan and Pakistan where polio is endemic. Billionaire philanthropist Bill Gates highlighting the severity of the issue Sunday while announcing the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation will donate $1.2 billion to help end polio worldwide.
It's horrifying to see children paralyzed by a disease that's totally preventable. Polio is a stark illustration of health inequity.
Meanwhile, summit officials also declaring the importance of not sweeping mental health disorders under the rug. And back here in the States, health professionals are echoing those calls, citing how untreated mental illnesses like bipolar disorder, depression, and schizophrenia have negative economic effects, costing the country billions.
These costs come primarily from premature losses of life and losses of productivity, as well as the increased medical costs for things like chronic conditions and emergency department visits.
Richard Jordan, Fox News.
Well, in other news today, explosive-laden suicide drones struck Ukraine's capital as families were preparing to start their week early today. The blast echoing across Kyiv and sending people scurrying to shelters. The mayor said the capital's central district was hit, damaging several apartment blocks and also setting fire to a non-residential building. There was no immediate word on casualties. The drone's intended targets weren't immediately clear. The Russian strikes over the past week have hit infrastructure, including power facilities as well.
The time is now 8:22.
It's time to check out our forecast. Looks like some more clouds moving in today and a little rain behind that.
Quite a bit, seems like. And some wind, too, so maybe not an umbrella day tomorrow, unless you want to be Mary Poppins.
It might be fun. Here's Devin Biggs with the details.
Alrighty, Craig and Emma, thank you very much. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Scott's Recreation, New England's largest trailer dealer, home and Maine's lowest camper and tractor prices, with locations in Turner, Manchester, Herman, and Orono, Maine. Alrighty, fog is the name of the game this morning. We do have fog that's really thick in some areas. Bangor down to a half mile along with some other spots. Others up to 2 miles. Others not too bad, but again, visibility will be bad for a while this morning, which is why we do have dense fog advisories in effect until 9 a.m. this morning. That's when things will begin to improve as we get this out of here. On top of this, so look at this. We do have aerial flood watches that are in effect, and this is in effect until 8 a.m. on Wednesday morning. Another system is going to be moving in, and that'll be causing some problems with more heavy downpours on the way. We've had some roads washed out with the rain over the weekend, so any additional rainfall like that will not be good news. We did have a few rain showers last night. That has since gotten out of here. We'll be dry today for the most part. We'll have increasing clouds, slight chance for a few afternoon rain showers cannot be ruled out with the system that will begin to move in, and it's starting to move in from the southwest going toward the north and east. So especially as we head towards tomorrow, that's when the rain showers will begin to get going. Again, the gusty winds will be an issue not today, but tomorrow we will have a little bit of wind again. Today we're okay. Things overall will be calm, maybe a quick gust up to 15 miles per hour. It's tomorrow we'll have to watch out for some of those gusts that can reach up to around 15 to 20, maybe even up to 30 miles per hour in a few spots, at least through parts of Tuesday morning. The wave heights aren't too bad at this point. We're at around 3 to 5 feet. There's no small crowd advisories in effect at this time, so everything along the ocean will be looking looking okay moving forward. Our average high is 58 degrees. We'll be in the lower 60s today and tomorrow, the upper 50s as we head towards the Wednesday, the middle 50s Thursday and Friday, back in the lower to middle 60s as we head towards Saturday and also in near Sunday. Latest fall foliage report, nothing new from last week though. Millinocket and Bangor is now at peak. Ellsworth not too far behind, and Greenville also at peak. So unless the rain has washed away a lot of the leaves since the last update, definitely get outside and enjoy the fall foliage. A new update will be out later this week that will show if we're at past peak or not. But otherwise, moving forward though, again, the fog this morning will be going away. We'll have increasing clouds, slight chance for a few isolated showers during the afternoon period. More rain showers on the way. Overnight tonight, especially by early tomorrow morning, some heavy downpours possible from time to time too. I think this futurecast run may actually be underdoing the rain chances that'll be on the way Tuesday. We may have some heavy downpours in a few spots, which is why those aerial flood watches are in effect. We could be talking some decent rainfall on Tuesday. Another 1 to 3 inches possible in a few spots. That will not be good for those areas that have already seen too much rain, and now with at least a few more inches possibly on the way. So a forecast for today, lower 60s, increasing clouds, isolated chances for rain showers. That southeast wind getting up to about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Later on tonight, lower 50s, rain showers on the way late, with that southeast wind getting up to about 5 miles per hour. For tomorrow, lower 60s, rain will be likely, also windy with that southeast wind gusting up to around 25 miles per hour. And at Scott's Recreation, extended forecast for dry by Wednesday and Thursday, mostly sunny, temperatures in the middle to upper 50s. It will be partly cloudy on Friday with temperatures in the mid 50s.
Thanks, Devin.
All right, do we want to mention gas prices at all?
Yeah.
All right, let me get my glasses. The average price for a gallon of unleaded is now $3.64 in Maine, 2.8 cents up over last week.
2.8?
2.8 cents.
I don't think that. Okay.
Not too much, but anyway, it's gas prices.
Yes.
It's always something.
I found some for, what was it, $3.50 yesterday?
That's not bad.
There's still places.
The national average is $3.86. So.
Oh, so we're okay.
Yep.
We're better.
And that's 20.6 cents up per gallon over a month ago. So.
Ouchie. We thought we were making some.
Okay.
Yeah.
Back with more news after this.
Yeah.
Seniors know a scam when they see one, like Bruce Poliquin.
My heart is breaking for our seniors in Maine.
He says he'll help Maine seniors. But the last time Poliquin was in Congress, he voted to cut $500 billion from Medicare. And he supports raising the retirement age for Social Security. Maine seniors can trust Jared Golden. Jared stood up to both parties to protect Social Security and Medicare.
I'm Jared Golden, and I approve this message because Maine seniors earned their retirement.
When pipes froze and water damage ravaged a home, Bouchard Cleaning was there to restore and dry things up. When a home in Wells needed mold remediation, Bouchard Cleaning and Restoration performed as promised. From Madawaska to Owl's Head, Ashland to Bath, we've answered the call. More than just a cleaning company, we're restoring Maine. Statewide commercial and residential services. Bouchard Cleaning and Restoration.
I may be close to retirement, but I'm as busy as ever. And thanks to Voya, I'm confident about my future. Voya provides guidance for the right investments. They make me feel like I've got it all under control.
Voya, be confident to and through retirement.
I wanted to create a dynasty.
To stay on top, we have to be ruthless.
We have to stick together, no matter what.
Monarch, all new Tuesdays on Fox, or watch anytime on demand or Fox Now.
I'm a Republican.
I'm a Republican.
I was a Republican state senator, and I voted for Paula Page, but I won't again.
Never again.
Tantrums, distractions,
fighting.
It's just bad behavior that costs Maine.
Janet Mills, she brings people together.
She doesn't care whose idea it is.
As long as it's good for Maine.
She balanced budgets without raising taxes.
We're Mainers.
Not complainers.
And that's why I'm voting for Janet Mills.
She fights problems, not people.
And that's our kind of governor.
Welcome back to Good Morning Maine. British researchers say onsetting dementia might now be detected almost a full decade before normally being diagnosed. Cambridge researchers found signs of dementia based on when data was first collected, often 5 to 9 years before an actual diagnosis. The scientists say impairments indicating dementia are often subtle and include memory, reaction times, grip strength, weight loss, and a number of falls. Individuals likely to develop Alzheimer's were more likely to have fallen 12 months before diagnosis. The findings may allow for earlier screenings to reduce risks.
And a new study says the global pandemic may have caused babies and infants to miss out on key development markers. Pediatricians and child health workers with the Royal College of Surgeons in Dublin, Ireland, say milestones in infant communications may have been lost. The study says 25% of babies spent a year not meeting another child their own age. Incidental interactions, such as contact at grocery stores, didn't happen, as well as critical communications, such as learning a word, pointing at objects, and waving bye-bye. The scientists say, don't worry, new opportunities are back again with these normal activities we're seeing.
Little delayed.
Right.
Well, Stanley Subaru hosting a live pet adoption for its 13th year while collaborating with a local animal shelter. We popped in as community members connected with new companions.
Saturday, Stanley Subaru in Trenton partnered with the Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals in Hancock County for the Subaru Loves Pets initiative to help animals in need find new homes.
So we have a very loyal following of pet owners with Subaru and with dogs, and it just goes hand in hand with the SPCA.
The SPCA of Hancock County reportedly helps 1,200 pets get adopted each year through live adoptions and numerous community programs. Falcony members credit community efforts to placing animals in need in safer environments.
It just strengthens the whole community. You know, none of us want to see animals suffer. So having a shelter like this in place to support and help our animal population means everything.
Organizers talk about how live adoptions help ignite connections and community engagement all around.
Bring so much more compassion and empathy into a home, enriches everyone's lives to have that sort of experience.
Yeah, couldn't be any happier doing it.
Anyone interested in adding a furry addition to their family can visit spcahancockcounty.org. In Trenton, AJ Douglas, ABC 7, Fox 22.
Very cute, huh?
I need to adopt a new cat. It's coming up in the next few weeks.
Back with more right after this.
She's been learning about the founding of our country, about rights and freedoms. Freedoms that today are under assault. Politician Bruce Poliquin supported amending the U.S. Constitution to ban abortion. He even voted for a nationwide ban. Poliquin would allow politicians to stand between women and their doctors. He supported allowing states to outlaw abortion even in cases of rape or incest. We can't let Bruce Poliquin back in Congress.
DCCC is responsible for the content of this advertising.
You work the night shift. Take the extra shift. Wake up before dawn, and every paycheck you pay into Medicare and Social Security to fund the retirement you deserve. Bruce Poliquin voted to cut Medicare and put Social Security benefits at risk. He even wants to raise the retirement age. Pretty rich coming from a millionaire politician who's never had to pull an extra shift. Moderate PAC is responsible for the content of this ad.
You're watching Fox 22, Bangor.
Welcome back, everyone. Today is Monday, October 17th, 2022, in case you forgot. On this day in history in 1933, Albert Einstein arrived in the U.S. as a refugee from Nazi Germany. In 1989, a massive earthquake struck Northern California, killing 63 people and causing $6 billion worth of damage. And in 1979, Mother Teresa of India was awarded the Nobel Peace Prize.
There are also a few famous birthdays to observe. Alan Jackson, or country singer Alan Jackson, is 64 today. Rapper Eminem is 50, and actor George Wendt is 74.
Eminem is 50 years old. How about that?
I didn't know that. That's a milestone. And he had a daughter, too, so she must be probably older than me at this point.
Probably.
Yeah, that's cool.
All right, what are we doing now? Talking about the weather?
Talking about gas prices again?
Gas prices?
No,
we don't.
We're not talking about gas prices again.
Heard enough about that.
We're throwing it over to a new factory. They're adding
Okay.
some flavor to the town of Winslow. Devin Dagnall has the story.
It was shocking. We had other people around us who are like, what is it about Maine? And I'm like, come to Maine and you'll find out. We love our adopted home here.
These are Maine Crisps, a gluten-free cracker company based out of Maine that's been steadily expanding over the past few years, but most recently opened its newest location here in Winslow. 8 years ago, starting out of her home kitchen in Waterville, Karen Getz began her small business, Maine Crisp. Her goal? To make gluten-free crackers that are as healthy as they are tasty.
What I had noticed, many of the gluten-free products on the market weren't that healthy as far as extra sugar, extra salt, lots of starches, and buckwheat being naturally gluten-free. Could I bake with this and create something that is truly healthy and that people would still enjoy? So I'm proud to say that we've won awards. We have customers that do not have to eat gluten-free, but love them.
Getz says she plans to continue the growth of the company and hopes that Maine Crisp will be able to hire more employees in the years to come. In the meantime, Getz says that the factory will help bring some new attention to the town of Winslow.
So I think we'll have a positive impact on the community as far as, the people that we hire, letting people know more about Central Maine and what great food things are going on in Central Maine. And I think it definitely will be positive.
If you're interested in trying any Maine Crisp products, look no further than your local Hannaford. There are currently 4 flavors available, with a 5th due to release next month. In Winslow, I'm Devin Dagnall, reporting for ABC7 and Fox 22.
Well, meanwhile, a train has been giving its passengers a chance to go to a pumpkin patch, but it's making sure to take them on a very scenic route along the way. Down East Scenic Railroad ended its season with their annual pumpkin train ride. Families climbed aboard and were treated to an hour-long ride with a stop at a pumpkin patch. At that patch, each passenger was allowed to pick up a pumpkin that they could either decorate with stickers or they could bring it home and carve it there themselves.
We see people from all over the country. Definitely a lot of the folks close by, southern Maine, come up, make a day trip out of it, come and have a cup of chowder somewhere, a lobster roll, and ride the train. We had folks from Oklahoma here today, so from all over.
Gary Briggs, one of the conductors for Down East Scenic Railroad, says that even though this was the last day of the season, it won't be long before they're up and running again. And he hopes to see everyone when they do return. So neat.
I'm looking forward to when I get to carve a pumpkin.
Well, you got to make it happen. just go get a pumpkin and carve it up.
I know there's one sitting on my front steps, and the squirrels are going to carve it before I get a chance to.
Yeah, they love them too.
Yeah, so. I know. They're fattening up before the winter.
Me too.
I know. It's a good thing to do.
We're supposed to be doing
Fuel's
that.
expensive. You got to consume the fuel.
Eat some stuff. Yes. Make sure it's healthy, but, eat some things. Yeah. All right, it's 8:37. Time to talk about the weather. It looks like some more clouds moving in today.
Yeah, I know. I know I've said it 100 times this morning. I like a cloudy Monday.
Nothing wrong with that. Then you don't feel like you're missing anything.
Right.
Here's Devin with the details of our forecast.
And thank you very much, Craig and Emma. Happy Monday. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Scott's Recreation, New England's largest trailer dealer, home of Maine's lowest camper and tractor prices, with locations in Turner, Manchester, Herman, and Orono, Maine. Alrighty, as we get things rolling out there this morning, we do have dense fog alerts in effect, dense fog advisories to be more specific, because of low visibility across the viewing area. Some areas near 2 miles or less for visibility this morning, so it will be hard to see out there for a little while. And because of this, we do have those dense fog advisories that are in effect until 9 a.m. this morning. That's when visibility will begin to improve. And although we thought we were done with this, we do have to put up with some aerial flood watches again. And these are in effect, though, until 8 a.m. on Wednesday for the counties highlighted here in green, because of more heavy rain on the way with another system that will be moving in later on. For now, we don't have to worry about that. We had a few rain showers moving through last night or early this morning. We're going to have a few passing clouds, but increasing clouds again on the way with another system moving in from the west, a little bit from the southwest, too. This is all going to be moving in, especially later this week, with chances for a few rain showers and some heavy downpours on the way again. We've had plenty of rain over the last few days with some washed out roads, so this, not good news, though, for those that have put up with that problem. Otherwise, the fog will go away later this morning, increasing clouds with chances for a few rain showers and some heavier rain showers on the way, especially as we head towards tomorrow morning. Your hourly forecast for the rest of the morning and afternoon period, increasing clouds, temperatures reaching into the 60s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Craig and Emma.
Thank you, Devin. And when we return, Tyler Cruz will be in with a local sports interview.
Don't go away.
If you're a Medicare beneficiary and live in the area, call now to see how this little card could get you some big benefits. including money added back to your Social Security check. With one toll-free call, you can find out how easy it is to get all of your original Medicare coverage, plus extra benefits. You get an all-in-one plan designed to fit your needs so you can be your best every day. You could have medical coverage, prescription drugs with $0 generics, dental, vision and hearing, plus the WellCare Visa Flex Card, money for over-the-counter items, and money back in your Social Security check each month, and so much more. And here's more good news. You can get a WellCare plan for a $0 monthly premium. How can WellCare offer all of those benefits for a $0 monthly premium? It's simple. Medicare Advantage and Medicare Part D prescription drug coverage are important parts of Medicare. WellCare has a contract with Medicare to offer and provide these important options to you. Call right now to get your free copy of the WellCare All-in-One Guide. Call 1-866-819-7962 now. There is absolutely no obligation for requesting this free information. WellCare offers benefits that go beyond the basics, including money added to your Social Security check to help cover your Part B premium. Call today to get your free copy of the All-in-One Guide with absolutely no obligation. Your free plan guide will give you the details you need to make a smart choice for your Medicare coverage. Just call 1-866-819-7962. Remember, there's no obligation for requesting this free information. So call 1-866-819-7962. WellCare. Call today.
Pictionary, coming this... how do you draw September? That's someone else's problem.
Pictionary. Weekdays at 10 on Fox 22.
Tyler Cruz here with Adam Robinson, Bangor Daily News, the newest Bangor Daily News sports writer. Am I correct with that?
Yes, you are. Thanks for having me.
How's it been? How's it been moving in?
It's been great. It's been great. Everyone's been nice up here, and I'm ready to get going.
Nice. So we'll start tonight. You watched your Red Eddy alum. You watched your Red Eddies hand Bangor their first win of the season. I left that game at halftime, but it didn't look like there was much offense in that second half. What was Bangor able to do there to kind of keep Red Eddies from coming back?
Well, Bangor's defense was really strong. I mean, you were there for the first half. The only touchdown Edward Little had was that kickoff return right after Bangor's first touchdown. And then after that, Bangor scored again, took the lead, had a safety in the second half to make it a two-score game with just a few minutes left, and put the game away for their first win of the season.
I mean, these are both the two bottom teams in Class A, so it was really a matchup of who doesn't have to play Oxford Hill's first round, because everybody in Class A makes it there. Oxford Hill's a great team. Have you seen them this year?
Yeah, I've seen Oxford Hills. They finally got Eli Soren back at quarterback, the Gatorade Player of the Year last year in football, and they're really rolling. They have a win over Thornton, and they beat Wyndham today, so I really think they're the team to beat in the state.
Sticking with Thornton Academy, we'll use that as a little transition here. Big matchup for them tomorrow against probably the top team in Class B North, Skowhegan 6-0. When you look at Class B North, there are a lot of teams under Skowhegan that are very good, solid teams, Lawrence, Coney, Wyndham. Does anybody have a chance at getting to the Riverhawks?
I don't really think so. Coney squeaked by Gardner today, but I think Skowhegan with Brendan Dunlap at quarterback, he's taken over midway through the season. They haven't really skipped a beat. He can run it, he can throw it, and they seem like the team to beat in that region. And I think that Thornton game tomorrow, Thornton has 2 losses, which is unusual for them. I think that'll tell us a lot about that Skowhegan team. Yeah,
and a lot to learn from that Skowhegan team. They can really do it on both sides of the ball. You mentioned Brendan Dunlap there. I mean, he came in for Adam Savage after week 1, and like you said, didn't miss a beat at all. You mentioned, we're talking Class B North now, you were at that Brewer-Falmouth game. You actually had an article that came out about the team's kind of fighting for some playoff position right now. Brewer might be one of them. Yeah. What have you seen from the Witches so far? Yeah, Brewer, they played Falmouth last week. I was there. That was my first game with the Bangor Daily News. And Cameron Hughes and the Brewer offense moved the ball really well against Falmouth. They got into the red zone 3 different times, but were stopped by the Navigators, who are, I think, 4-2, and one of those top teams right under Skowhegan. But I think Brewer tomorrow, game with Messalonsky, that can kind of seal the deal to get them into the playoffs with a win, and I think that they can do that. They have the firepower on offense to get the job done. Let's move on to, we'll just move down a division right now. I think, well, we won't talk about Class D. I think Foxcroft has that one under wraps. But we'll talk about teams that are in the playoffs right now, and I want to start with Herman. The Hawks 4-2, but they're in kind of like a deadlock right there with Madomic and Oceanside. Have you seen the Hawks this year, and what do they do well that's kind of going to allow them to make a push in the playoffs?
Yeah, Herman, win one, lose one for the first, I think, 6 weeks of the season, 5 weeks of the season. And then they made a defensive change. They moved Jacob Dow, their 6'7" lineman, to tackle from defensive end. They moved Gary Glidden from linebacker to defensive end as well. And they've been playing really well. They gave up 12 to Hamden and shot out Oak Hill, and I think they're going to have another big win tomorrow against Winslow.
Awesome. And the last thing before we wrap this one up, it's not a football question. Are you watching the Flags this weekend when they're on ESPN Plus with Montverde?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they had a big win. I saw the score earlier. They had a big win tonight. #1 team in the country. I'm excited to watch them tomorrow and hopefully Sunday kind of prove themselves. And Cooper Flagg kind of prove that he's the top recruit in his class.
Awesome. Adam, thank you for staying with us tonight. Thank you for coming on. It was a blast. Do this again sometime.
Yep.
That's going to do it for right now. We will be back with more after this.
I have a great job. I get up early, head on out, and I get to work. I install solar panels. They power our homes and give me a great paycheck. When Paul LePage was governor, he opposed projects like this, putting Maine last for solar jobs in New England. He even said that climate change wasn't a threat to Maine. Look, we need more of these jobs, and that won't happen if we go back to Paul LePage.
The top funder of Better Maine is the Democratic Governors Association.
Chevy Silverado. It's got the power you want and the capability you need to do the job, so you can get to the important work. Find new moments, find new roads. Current Chevy owners can get a $3,000 total cash allowance on all 2022 Silverado pickups with a 2.7-liter turbo engine when you purchase. Plus, now during truck season, get a $1,000 accessory allowance toward a new Chevy truck with accessories. Visit your Maine Chevy dealer.
This Veterans Day, join Fox ABC Maine as we salute and honor our veterans. Are you an active, inactive, or retired member of the armed services? Do you know someone who is? Then upload your photos on foxbangor.com/Maine Heroes. We will randomly select as many veterans as possible to win a gift card. Locally sponsored by Body Graphics Tattoo and Piercing Studio, Comfort Shoes and More, GRF Real Estate Company, and Rowell's Garage and Car Wash.
Seniors know a scam when they see one, like Bruce Poliquin.
My heart is breaking for our seniors in Maine.
He says he'll help Maine seniors. But the last time Poliquin was in Congress, he voted to cut $500 billion from Medicare. And he supports raising the retirement age for Social Security. Maine seniors can trust Jared Golden. Jared stood up to both parties to protect Social Security and Medicare.
I'm Jared Golden, and I approve this message because Maine seniors earned their retirement.
A key medicine used to help attention disorders is in short supply. The Food and Drug Administration says Adderall, a prescription medication used to help attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, ADHD, is in low supply across the nation. The pharmacies are having trouble keeping up with demand. Some manufacturers make higher dosages that won't replenish until next January, while others are missing ingredients for making it. Diagnoses for ADHD have increased, also leaving supplies low. The FDA says it will continue to monitor and give supply updates.
A major beverage and food company sees revenue gains during high inflation. Pepsico, the parent company of Pepsi soft drinks and other snack and food products such as Lay's potato chips, Doritos, Tropicana juice, and Sabra hummus, has raised its annual revenue forecasts off of recent strong sales. PepsiCo earned $22 billion for its third quarter, with stock shares up 4% after beating estimates. Higher prices helped earning in its two biggest units, North America Beverage and Frito-Lay. Pepsi's brands are also benefiting from more eat-at-home options during high inflation this year.
A beloved American sports car calls another temporary halt to production over supply issues. Chevrolet's Corvettes will be idled in manufacturing next week. The iconic sports car line is having more trouble with part supply shortages. General Motors, the parent company, says normal operations should resume the week of October 24th. Corvettes remain one of the most popular and best-selling sports cars in the U.S. About 25,400 were sold through 9 months' time, outpacing Chevy Camaros. The new high-performance e-Corvette Z06 model costs more than $106,000. I don't think I'll be buying one of those anytime soon.
Not anytime soon.
They're pretty cool, though.
Yep. Well, here's meteorologist Evan Biggs with our full weather forecast.
Alrighty, Craig and Emma, thank you very much. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Scott's Recreation, New England's largest trailer dealer, home and Maine's lowest camper and tractor prices, with locations in Turner, Manchester, Herman, and Orono, Maine. Alrighty, fog is the name of the game this morning. We do have fog that's really thick in some areas. Bangor down to a half mile along with some other spots. Others up to 2 miles. Others not too bad, but again, visibility will be bad for a while this morning, which is why we do have dense fog advisories in effect until 9 a.m. this morning. That's when things will begin to improve as we get this out of here. On top of this, so look at this. We do have aerial flood watches that are in effect, and this is in effect until 8 a.m. on Wednesday morning. Another system is going to be moving in, and that'll be causing some problems with more heavy downpours on the way. We've had some roads washed out with the rain over the weekend, so any additional rainfall like that will not be good news. We did have a few rain showers last night. That has since gotten out of here. We'll be dry today for the most part. We'll have increasing clouds, slight chance for a few afternoon rain showers cannot be ruled out with the system that will begin to move in. And it's starting to move in from the southwest going toward the north and east. So especially as we head towards tomorrow, that's when the rain showers will begin to get going. Again, the gusty winds will be an issue not today, but tomorrow we will have a little bit of wind again. Today we're okay. Things overall will be calm, maybe a quick gust up to 15 miles per hour. It's tomorrow we'll have to watch out for some of those gusts that can reach up to around 15 to 20, maybe even up to 30 miles per hour in a few spots, at least through parts of Tuesday morning. The wave heights aren't too bad at this point. We're at around 3 to 5 feet. There's no small craft advisories in effect at this time, so everything along the ocean will be looking okay moving forward. Our average high is 58 degrees. We'll be in the lower 60s today and tomorrow, the upper 50s as we head towards the Wednesday, the middle 50s Thursday and Friday, back in the lower to middle 60s as we head towards Saturday and also into your Sunday. Latest fall foliage report, nothing new from last week though. Millinocket and Bangor is now at peak. Ellsworth not too far behind, and Greenville also at peak. So unless the rain has washed away a lot of the leaves since the last update, definitely get outside and enjoy the fall foliage. A new update will be out later this week that will show if we're at past peak or not. But otherwise, moving forward though, again, the fog this morning will be going away. We'll have increasing clouds, slight chance for a few isolated showers during the afternoon period. More rain showers on the way. Overnight tonight, especially by early tomorrow morning, some heavy downpours possible from time to time too. I think this futurecast run may actually be underdoing the rain chances that'll be on the way Tuesday. We may have some heavy downpours in a few spots, which is why those aerial flood watches are in effect. We could be talking some decent rainfall on Tuesday. Another 1 to 3 inches possible in a few spots. That will not be good for those areas that have already seen too much rain, and now with at least a few more inches possibly on the way. So a forecast for today, lower 60s, increasing clouds, isolated chances for rain showers. That southeast wind getting up to about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Later on tonight, lower 50s, rain showers on the way late, with that southeast wind getting up to about 5 miles per hour. For tomorrow, lower 60s, rain will be likely, also windy with that southeast wind gusting up to around 25 miles per hour. And at Scott's Recreation, extended forecast for dry by Wednesday and Thursday, mostly sunny, temperatures in the middle to upper 50s. It will be partly cloudy on Friday with temperatures in the mid-50s.
Joe Biden is crushing Maine. And who does Jared Golden support?
Golden's backing Biden.
Jared Golden said Joe Biden has
leadership that the country needs right now.
Higher taxes, record inflation, and still
Golden's backing Biden.
In D.C., Joe Biden relies on Jared Golden's votes.
President Joe Biden, I'm asking you to vote for Jared Golden.
Jared Golden says he's independent, but anytime it matters, Golden's backing Biden.
I'm Bruce Poliquin, and I approve this message.
Come try one of our daily specials at Pat's Pizza in Hamden.
Tuesday, spaghetti or ziti with meatballs or sausage, only $5.50.
Wednesday, large one-topping pizza, only $8.50.
Thursday, get an oven-baked wrap for only $6.
Friday is fish and fries for only $8.
And Saturday, get a small one-item pizza with a fountain soda, only $8.
Bring the family to Pat's Pizza, 662 Main Road, North Hamden.
Before and Bath Fitter. Before and Bath Fitter.
If you have a before bath, now's the time to call Bathfitter to get a beautiful after. With our unique tub-over-tub process, there's no mess or stress. Spend smart on a beautiful new bath done right, backed by a lifetime warranty. Join over 2 million happy customers who know it just fits. Bathfitter. Visit bathfitter.com to book your free consultation.
Your representative has your back.
Who's he kidding? Jared Golden votes with Nancy Pelosi and Joe Biden 83% of the time. The result? A war on the middle class, the worst inflation in 40 years, sky-high energy prices, drugs pouring over the border. And Jared Golden just voted for 87,000 new IRS agents to hassle the middle class. Jared Golden doesn't have your back. He has theirs. The NRCC is responsible for the content of this advertising.
And now we'll head to the Mr. Food Test Kitchen for a look at a French classic.
A few weeks ago, I was watching some vintage clips of Julia Child on YouTube, and I couldn't help but think how ahead of her time she was. The episode that stuck in my head was when she made Boeuf Bourguignon, which is basically a rich beef stew accented with red wine. So the other day, I made my version of it, and now I want to share it with you. We begin by cutting some beef chuck into cubes. Then we add it to a bowl and season it with a bit of pepper and thyme before browning it in a large pot. Once it's browned, we add some beef broth, red wine, and a bit of garlic. We cover it and let it simmer. After this cooks for a bit, we'll toss in some chunks of carrot, potato, onions, and mushrooms, and let those cook until they're tender. All that's left to do is thicken up the sauce, and it's ready to serve. It's so basic, yet sounds so fancy. As for the taste, the sauce is so rich, the meat is crazy tender, and the vegetables bring the whole dish together. To get the recipe for what Julia called Boeuf Bourguignon, with her one-of-a-kind accent, or to most of us, simply beef bourguignon, just go to our website. I'm Howard in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found a Julia Child-inspired way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
Well, meanwhile, DVD, digital, and music releases this week includes an action-packed thrill ride, an animated martial arts adventure, an age-swap comedy, and more.
Here's Fox's Ashley Dvorkin with a list of new releases.
The star-packed blockbuster hit Bullet Train tops this week's list of what's new in home entertainment. Brad Pitt leads as one of 5 assassins on a mission to collect a briefcase aboard the world's fastest train.
My mom is at war with my Tita Teresa.
Comedian Joe Coy attends his family holiday celebration in the comedy Easter Sunday. The animated adventure Paws of Fury, The Legend of Hank follows a dog who becomes a samurai hero to a town full of cats.
Thank you.
A giant orange furry beast trains to become a pro wrestling champion in the animated family comedy Rumble.
Rita.
Oscar winner Diane Keaton stars in the age-swap comedy Mac and Rita, about a young writer and influencer who magically transforms into a 70-year-old version of herself.
No way.
Neil Patrick Harris recounts a childhood story of an unforgettable Christmas and his quest to get a Nintendo video game console in the holiday comedy 8-Bit Christmas. Isabel Fuhrman returns as Esther in the horror prequel Orphan First Kill that explores the origin story of the murderous adopted child.
That would be so obvious if I were the killer.
A group of friends who meet at a secluded mansion to wait out a hurricane play a game that turns deadly in the slasher comedy Bodies, Bodies, Bodies. Two best friends push the limits when they climb a 2,000-foot radio tower in the survival thriller Fall.
Teaching a lesson on gravity.
Small screen favorites to own, the first season of the award-winning sitcom Abbott Elementary, and the true crime limited series The Thing About Pam, starring Oscar winner Renee Zellweger.
Just walk away.
And for music fans, pop superstar Meghan Trainor releases her 4th album, Taking It Back. In Hollywood, Ashley Dvorkin, Fox News.
And the crowning glory of America's most iconic freedom symbol is back taking visitors again. The crown in the Statue of Liberty opening back up on Tuesday after being closed